Okay, I'm back again. Look, I didn't expect to be doing this much talking, to be honest. I didn't bring any water with me. It's a hot day. So, but anyway, I just, while I'm sitting here, cool rock, you know. It's kind of got some acoustic properties. It's like a big pair of headphones from Mother Nature or something. Wheel pin a pound, this is. Anyway, I just wanted to talk a bit about the mind. This crazy bag of cats we have as a human mind. Busy, non-stop chattering, concepts, ideas. No thoughts going on at the moment, and it feels wonderful. That space between them, it's such a gift. Trust me on that one. So you can practice it. You can. It's hard, particularly for someone like me. Had the busiest of minds. Vata, they call me. Air. Kind of means we think a lot. Good, bad, ugly. Life passes us by. A stream of thinking. That's the illusion they talk about. Unreality. It's not real. And those thoughts cut you off from life, the very essence of life that you are, in fact. And that feeling of being cut off, it's painful. And the more cut off you are, the more painful it becomes. If you haven't discovered that yet, you will, in time. Sure, you can distract yourself, but not forever. Not forever. It doesn't work. Short-term fix, like a drug. You know, catching up with people. People are funny, you know, and they catch up with other people. Their thoughts, some, they slow down a little. Depends on who you are. But instead of a thought, it becomes a spoken thought. So your thoughts are just being verbal, you know, audio, dialogue. So when the conversations finish, the mind carries on, you know, conversation with yourself. Now, if you haven't become aware yet to the voices in your head, maybe you'll think I'm crazy. Maybe I am. But it feels good. The whole world's crazy. You know it. Fucking crazy. Now. Oh yeah. Just need to breathe for a second. Holding this camera up, swapping hands. Mind. So everybody's different, and lots of things affect your mind. Interactions with people, everything you do, everything you watch, the mind takes in. It's extraordinarily difficult to stop. I'm not kidding. It's very, very difficult. You're not even supposed to try, but I did for years. It's like a war you can't win. A war against yourself. It's incredible. It's all the interactions, everything. People you see, conversations, things you do, the more you do. That's maybe that's why it's so hard, you know? Why people have to go away. Because there's more things to think about, more things to do. You know, why are you doing that? Why do you need to do it? What will I do when I'm doing that? And you imagine how it's going to play out. It's all a waste of time. You're missing out on life every second you're doing it. So, if you have discovered it, that it's the biggest problem you'll ever have, and the biggest hurdle you'll ever have to face. It's a thing all the Zen masters, all the swamis, all the ancient scriptures, the secret. The one thing everyone's been trying to teach, so elusive, is because the very mind that needs to be cleansed, cleaned, fixed, is the broken mind that's trying to work out the problem. You can see how hard. It's a paradox. The mind that needs to be fixed is trying to fix the problem. But it's only with the clarity of a mind that's fixed that you can see the problem clearly. That's why they can't tell you. They try, they try so many ways. And eventually, it clicks. But you have to experience it. That's why they say the truth can only be realized. And it's true. You get taste. Once you've had a taste, you go, oh, wow. Maybe that's what they're talking about. And the broken mind will kind of try and conceptualize it, as mine did. Analyze, work it out, how to work it out. Why? Why is this the case? So, the mind. This bag of cats we've got on our shoulders. You can train it. That's how, ideally, as children, we should have had this training. We never had it. It would have been easier to start young. There's many, many ways, way too many for me to go into on this video. I don't know, maybe I'll share a few, but it takes time, incredible patience. And I was talking about time. You need time. You need to take time to practice the most important thing you'll ever practice in your entire life. You might not realize it now, you may never realize it. But it's true. Sure, yoga. Yoga will get you there, but only if you do it right. I'm not talking about the perfect posture. You can do yoga for 20 years and never get it, never understand. Meditation, definitely. Very hard for me. Traditional meditation, sitting still. I never had concentration or focus as a child, so very, very hard thing to learn, but critical. Talk about listening to the wind. If you can't keep your focus, You can't be with it. The mind wanders too quickly. It gets in the way, it dulls the experience. The experience is profound without the thoughts. But you can't stop them, so you need patience. You listen, you lose focus. You listen, you lose focus. You listen, you lose focus. 1,000 times, 10,000 times. Patience, you need incredible patience. And patience can be learned too. The breath, your senses, there's endless ways. Focus on what you see, look at it clearly. Look at it. No concept of what it is, just be mesmerized by anything. Helps if you've got this, but you can do it with anything. Never watch TV. Too much information. It's designed to distract you, to dull the senses. Makes your attention span smaller and smaller. Anxiety, not breathing correctly, zombify, pacify. Don't get me started on TV. Yeah. Anyway, there's lots of ways, but you can do it, and you can do it in everyday life too, But you got to start somewhere. You start small, You can put it off forever. You can never have the time. Many lives will pass. Generations. This knowledge has been lost for a long time. So there's people out there, great teachers. They're trying to teach you, Not many of them told me how hard it would be. But you can do it. Do something slowly. Anything. Mindfulness, they call it, right? Do it. Do it slowly. Focus on what you're doing. Breathe at the same time. Bring yourself to the senses. It takes years, but if you do it intensively, with much focus, much care, you can get experiences very quickly, of that peace. Peace comes from that. You can choose to have peace, but in my experience, peace is something I could never have. Not from just choosing to have it. It's like people telling you to pay attention, but never teaching you how to do it. And they don't know how to do it either. So it's like the blind teaching the blind. Give attention to everything you do. Slow down. Do something beautifully. A simple task. Everyday life, all right, you're busy, fine. Choose something. Anything in that day. You're walking to the car, you're driving, you're making breakfast. The more you can do it, the easier it becomes. But when you lose it, then you're practicing unconscious living. So it's like there's two ways, There's the conscious way, high degree of consciousness, less and less thoughts. The less thoughts we have, the consciousness rises. The space. your perception increases. That's the other thing about the seeing, listening, touching, feeling. You're actually practicing your sense perception, and you're using your senses correctly, so they open up with joy. They won't close down on you. Start to lose your eyesight, your sense of smell, your sense of touch. They're just shutting down on you because you haven't been using them. Not to the extent that they're capable. It's like not listening to a child. You know, you don't listen for long enough. Eventually they kind of give up. You'd be amazed how your perception increases. The clarity in what you can see things. The depth at which you can listen. That's profound. You start to feel things, you know, the temperature, sensations, you know. It's cool. It's your body, your senses, your perceptions, everything's been fine-tuned. It's becoming more in touch with everything around you. You know, it's a skill we've lost. The big cities, full of distraction. It used to be, you know, a natural thing for us. We lost our way big time. And we're still losing it. But there's hope. Anyway, I could talk about